Thomas scoffed at the stories. Old wives' tales, he called them. Legends meant to scare children. Werewolves? Preposterous. Yet the whispers persisted. They followed him, clung to him like cobwebs in the morning mist. People he'd known all his life now avoided his gaze. Their fear, though unspoken, hung heavy in the air. It started subtly. A heightened sense of smell, an unusual sensitivity to light, then the aches, deep, bone-jarring aches that racked his body. He dismissed them as a passing illness. He told himself it was all in his head. He was wrong. One night, under the silver glow of a full moon, the truth revealed itself. The transformation was swift, brutal. His bones cracked and reformed. His skin sprouted thick, coarse hair. He was no longer Thomas, the tanner's son. He was something monstrous, something to be feared. The horror of that first transformation remained etched in his mind, the raw, primal hunger that consumed him, the bloodlust that pulsed in his veins. He was a prisoner in his own body, a slave to the beast within. He remembered the carnage he had wrought. The guilt was a crushing weight threatening to suffocate him. Days turned into weeks. He scoured ancient texts, desperately searching for a cure. He consulted herbalists, healers, anyone who might offer a glimmer of hope. But the answer remained elusive. The curse, it seemed, was unbreakable. Despair gnawed at him, a constant companion. He couldn't bear the thought of harming anyone else. So he made a choice. He would leave the village, spare them from the monster he had become. He would disappear into the wilderness, a solitary figure forever haunted by his curse. The forest became his sanctuary, a place where he could hide from the judging eyes of the world. He sought solace in the solitude, finding a strange comfort in the company of the trees and the creatures of the night. The cycle continued. Every full moon, the transformation took hold, stripping him of his humanity, turning him into a beast. He tried to fight it. He locked himself in a cage of iron, bound himself with chains. But the beast was too strong. It always broke free, driven by an insatiable hunger, an unquenchable rage. His efforts to control the transformations only seemed to make them more violent, more savage. He built a cabin deep in the woods, far from any town or village. It was a lonely existence, but it was the only way he knew how to protect the innocent. Each day was a struggle, a constant battle against the beast clawing at the edges of his mind. The air grew heavy, thick with anticipation. Tonight was the night of the full moon. Thomas could feel it in his bones, in the quickening of his pulse. The transformation was coming, and this time it felt different. More powerful, more sinister. Fear, cold and sharp, pierced through his heart. He had spent months, years even, trying to outrun his curse. But it was no use. The beast was a part of him, inextricably linked to his soul. He couldn't escape it any more than he could escape his own shadow. The realization washed over him like a tidal wave, leaving him drained, defeated. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, bathing the forest in an eerie silver light, Thomas felt the familiar pangs of transformation begin. He closed his eyes, surrendering to the inevitable. This was his fate, his burden to bear. He was the werewolf, and he always would be.